Hey guys, I'm Nick, this is Amateur Minis, and today we're painting this guy. Hey guys, so today we're going to be painting this Gorzag Gitstompa as real as I possibly can to the best of my skills. So we're going to start with the Zenithal highlight to help out with that, which means I'm going to put a dark undercoat of Chaos Black, and then on top of that, where the light's going to be coming from, I'm going to prime it with a Corax White. Alright, so we've got the model primed now. You can see here it's got the white from above, and then underneath it kind of keeps that darker shadow, just to make it a little bit look more realistic. So let's go ahead and start painting it. So to start this paint job off, I'm going to be using a Wog Flesh over the entire skin for a base coat. I'm going to go through and base coat everything, and then go through and do all the shades and highlights afterwards. So now that I've finished up all the base coats, we're going to move on to the shading and highlighting. I'm going to start with the skin here, and I'm starting with that Warpstone Glow, and just kind of slowly, gradually painting it up and making it a little bit brighter where the light's going to be hitting it. I finished the highlighting on it, and I wanted to try and do this cool little speckled texture, but it just didn't turn out how I wanted to, so we'll go back later and fix that and change it up. After that, I went ahead and picked out a few more details before moving on to the next steps. Now we're moving on to the red here. I started with shading the creases in here with a red and green mixture to kind of darken it up. And then after that, I went ahead and added some white to my red and green mixture, quite a bit of it, and then brought it up on the highlights where it's going to catch the most light. Now we're moving on to the browns. I'm using the same exact steps, just catching the areas that are going to be hit with the most light with the lighter colors, and then getting the recesses with the darker colors. So moving on to the metallic parts now, I decided to, instead of going for a realistic approach, because I've never really done non-metallic metal before, I've never practiced it enough to do a super realistic approach, I decided rather to do a more stylistic, and it still looks slightly like non-metallic metal, but not 100%. You can see here that I'm just catching the areas that are going to catch the most light, so the edges and top facing parts, with a lighter gray, and then I'm still even going to brighter to even close to a bright white. Now moving on to the gold metallic parts, I'm doing the same exact steps that I did with these silver areas, just with a yellow instead of a gray. Finally, I get to go through and fix the skin that's been plaguing me this entire time. I just really didn't like how it looked, so I go through and cover it up with some Wog Flesh. Then I end up just adding white to the Wog Flesh slowly and building it up in multiple layers to get the highlights in darker areas. Few more highlights and a few finishing touches. Here is the finished Gorzag Gitstompa. I had an absolute blast painting this model, so much fun, spent quite a few hours on it, but it was so enjoyable the entire time. Non-metallic metal wasn't 100% how I wanted it, but overall I'm super proud of this model. Hey guys, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me try to paint the most realistic model I've done. It definitely is the most realistic model I've ever done. Definitely not the most realistic I've seen, and the non-metallic metal is super realistic, but it's something I did as a beginner and not really knowing how to do it. But if you guys did enjoy, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.